Hi, Julie Torrance here. So, what have I got here? I've got an envelope, and I don't know if you can see it, but this is the Hallmark envelope. I get these for a 10 for a dollar at my Hallmark store. I'm really lucky that I have a Hallmark store that is one of the old fashioned ones. My post office is in it, so I've got my metallic paints out. I've got my Rosa Gallery watercolors out. Use what you have. I'm going to plug you in. Sorry for the jiggle. There. Now I know you're going to last as long as I can last. Now, I took a piece of cardstock and I just cut it that I know it will fit in my envelope. I'm not going to give you sizes because I don't know what size envelope you're going to have. You just use what you have and then, cut to size. So I just folded it in half. This is my cardstock. So here is a little piece of watercolor paper that I had. It's a scrap and it's that same watercolor paper that I always use. It's from Amazon and it is not expensive. It's a cellulose paper. All right, I'm grabbing a round brush. This is a number 4, but before I even do that, I'm gonna open this up and I'm gonna give it a spray because metallics, now maybe yours not, but 9 times out of 10, metallic paints like water. They need some activating. So I'm just gonna get those activated. Okay, now we're gonna go simple. We're gonna go fun. I'm gonna start out with a bigger brush. I forgot about this step. Wetting it, dab, dab. Now I'm gonna have to really go into this gold because I just activated it and I want more pigment than I want water. I think that should do us. And I am going to give this some splatters. Starting out with splatters is unusual, but who said I do anything usual? Thing is, I wanted it gold, and the colors I'm going to put on top, it's not going to matter that the gold is going to mix in. It'll be fine. All right, now I'm going to just pick a color. I'm going to go with neutrals. So I'm going to pick up some of this yellow ochre. I know you can't see what I'm doing exactly, but I brought you in close so that you can see, hopefully, my hands and all. I'm just going to start out right here with a square. Fill it in. I got the smaller brush because I feel like for me, I have just a little bit more control to make my lines at least somewhat straight. I'm going to even this up a little bit. And there. I'm going to use my yellow ochre again. I just wet my brush a little bit, picking up some pigment, and I'm going to put a rectangle. I guess that's a rectangle too. I'm just going to put a rectangle right here. And yes, I am just making some geometric shapes. You can do this. Now, I am not a card maker, but when I need a card, I'll make it. And I can see, I just added a little more pigment. I can see that my hand is not steady today. It's okay. I'm going to see if I can clean this up a little bit. I'm going to add a little water, just the tip. And straighten that out just a little bit. Okay. Now, are these perfect shapes? No. It's all right. They're just the best I can do. Okay, rinse. I'm going to pick up the color that's called umber. See, all these are kind of neutrals. So I'm just working my way across this line. And this is like a kind of a watery brownish grayish color. And I'm going to go here. Just like that. Pick up some more pigment. I did not wet my brush. I just added some more pigment because the water's coming down from the top of the brush. So I knew I had enough. Now I got close to one of these bigger dots and it kind of bled in. So I'm just going to kind of square it off a little bit. Nice. Okay. Not too bad on the straight edge kind of thing here. Okay, good. Rinsing my brush out because I know I picked up a lot of that gold. And I'm going back into the umber. And I want to put another one in. Now that the umber has been activated, it's a little bit darker. That's fine. As the water comes down the brush, it'll lighten up again. All good. Now I know you can do this. Get those watercolors out. Get some paper that, maybe it's mixed media paper, some kind of paper. I think with this, you could probably even use cardstock. Okay. It's kind of got some lines in it. I'm adding just a little bit of water, just touching the pigment. And I'm going to go over it again so I don't maybe have quite so many lines in there. And see if I can clean up this edge. Okay, good. Now, the next one in that row is burnt sienna. I'm going to go into there, which is kind of a reddish brown. I'm going to put, oh, that's really a jiggly line, isn't it? I'm going to grab a little more pigment. Working with a lot of water this time. That's fine. We're not going for anything that's precision. We're just making some shapes. And the fact that this one doesn't line up with this one, doesn't line up with this one, that's fine too. But I just added a touch of water going back into the burnt sienna. And I think I'll put one right here. I don't have a plan in my head for where to place these. I'm just going where my heart tells me. Nice. Okay, see if I can make this just a little bit straighter. I think I made it worse. That's okay. Nice. Rinsing out my brush, moving along, and the next color is called English Red. I'm just going right along that edge that you saw me with all these neutrals. And I'm going to kind of now fill in a spot. Okay, a little bit more pigment. Now these will lighten up as they dry. I'm just going to add water, no pigment. I just put the tip in and move the pigment around that I already have. Nice. Good. That looks nice. Okay. Let's see. I think I only did one of those, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's grab another one of the same English red. And I'll put it right here. This has got a deep color to it, doesn't it? Now I don't want to look like I try to make it even with this one, but I missed. I don't want the same thing for that one, so I'm going way down here. Okay. I've got a big ball of water at the ferrule. I just knocked that off. Okay. That was two of those. The next color is sepia. And it's almost a gray. I'm going to put one of these right here. Good. I'm just going for pigment only. Filling it in. And see, most of our splatter dots have disappeared into the shapes. So that's fine. It's just giving it a little bit of shimmer. Good. It's touching the water, going back into the sepia. I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to put one right in here. It's a small one. Good. Okay. So that's two of those. Well, the next color in the neutral zone is black. I don't want black. So I am going to go, so we did yellow ochre, umber, burnt sienna, English red, and sepia. So I'm just going to go over here to the olive green. That seems like it's kind of a neutral-ish. And just to have this one color, I think that'll look nice. And I'm going to go here. Kind of autumny colors, huh? I'm going to pick up a little more pigment. Whatever paints you have, you use. If you don't have a metallic, you could just use some yellow or use whatever color you want. Just think about when they get mixed up, what's that gonna do? Do you know what I mean? Now, do I want to put another green one there really close or not? Well, not really. So what am I going to do? Pick another color? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this yellow ochre, and this is kind of a yellow ochre space, and to it I'm going to add some of the umber, just one color over there. And I'm just going to put those two together. A little more umber, a little more ochre, there. And I'm going to put that one here. A little bit further down. Okay. A little bit further down. Okay. I like it. I think it's a good start. Tell you what I'm thinking though. That little space there, I'm going back into that green, that olive green. I'm going to turn this. I'm going to make a little square of that right here, or rectangle, whatever shape it turns out to be. Kind of has a mid-century modern vibe to me. Picking that green up again. I realize I'm close to that one, but I'll be okay with it. I'm going to put this here. And I'm going to put another one right there. Pick up a little more of that green. Let it be a little bit darker than its friend. All right. Now, I am going to give this a dry with my heat gun, and I'll be right back. Everything is dry. I'm going to just close up my Rosa Gallery, move it out of the way a little bit. Get that out of the way. Okay. Now, I've got 2 pens and a piece of scratch paper. This one is a Stettler, and it's a 0.1. And I'm going to just see nice, fine, thin lines. Now this one is a Sharpie Ultra Fine. Little bit heavier, not a lot. I'll see if you can spot a difference. So I think I'm going to go with the Sharpie right now. And as I say, this is dry. And now I'm going to start doodling. You can doodle however you want. Don't let that, scare you. So I'm just going to start out by making some lines, just straight lines all over. And I'll show you what I mean. I'm just going to do these straight lines, and then some over here, and then some catty corner. I'm just not going to cross the lines over. None of the lines are going to go on top of each other. Hopefully, they don't even touch, but they might. You can see how fast this is going. All right, there's one. You can do that. I know you can. Okay, this one, I think I'm going to go with some circles. Different size circles. Again, I want to make them different sizes, but not touching, not crossing over each other. Not that that's the way it has to be. That's just what I've got in my mind that I want to do. You do it the way you want to do it. All right, good. I'm going to give it a turn so that it makes it a little handier for me. This one. I think this time I'm going to make just some, my card is going to be oriented this way. So I'm going to make like crosses. So I think it'll be crosses both ways, like this. I'm not lining them up perfect. They don't have to be. And I'm just making marks. I'm just making some patterns. Good. Now I turned it again, which I think when you turn it, I think it helps with kind of the orientation. You can't spot it, you know, it's gonna be different, and I think that's a good thing. All right, I am just gonna make straight lines. Now I'm not ending or starting perfect. I'm not getting the lines between each other perfect, and it doesn't matter. I'm just filling it in with some lines. There. Nice, huh? Now we could make a decision. I think if I put some here, we could just leave it at that. Or we could fill the whole thing in. I'm going to fill them all in, but you don't have to. You know, just maybe you're in a hurry and you need to get this done. Well, okay, that's all right. All right, I'm going to fill this one in with shapes. Just random. I am not going for anything particular. I'm just filling it in, kind of mosaic-y. I'm going to start with another triangle here. Give it a turn. Good. Good. Obviously, nothing is perfect on this, but it sure is fun and it's relaxing. Okay, I think this time I'm going to go up here and I'm going to make kind of a pattern, but not really. So I'm going to do upside down triangles. Now I'm going to do right side up triangles. And now I'm going to do upside down triangles. Right side up triangles. And now I'm going to do partial. Good. In these spots, I'm going to put a circle. And that would be it. Okay, I like that. Now, got a few more, got to come up with some more ideas. I think what I'm going to do is, I'm thinking. All right, maybe I'm going to start in the middle of from here to here. And I'm just doing these squares. These two, those lines didn't intersect. Good. I'm going to put a dot in each one. Nice. I like that. Okay. I'm going to make some swirls. Where should I put some swirls? I think up here. Again, I'm going to start in the middle between those two lines. like a snail. Just making doodles, making some patterns. Good. We've just got a few more, don't we? Okay, let's work on these two little ones. And I'm just going to make a square like a frame and another one inside. Square like a frame or rectangle. Another one just inside. There. These two, and I know this one isn't going to really show up that much. That's okay. If you're holding the card in your hand, you'll see it. And I'm just going to do this one. You know, these lines, I'm going to go this way. I think it's going to give it a nice texture. There. This one, I'm going to go again, like I did the other green ones this color. But I can fit an extra one, and I put a dot. Two more. Are you with me? Oh no, three more. Have you passed out yet? All right, let's see. Something round again. I think this one should have something round again. All right, I'm going to do a bigger circle with one inside. A bigger circle with one inside. Do it here, one inside. One inside. Kind of like a domino. And I'm going to go here and then 1, 2, 1, 2. Here, 1, 2, 1, 2. Here I'm going to do 1, 1, 1. There. This one. Think of a pattern. Okay. Square, circle, square, circle, circle, square, circle, square, square, circle, square, circle. And I think I'm just going to put a dot in them. Nice. We got one more. I think I'm going to go with line. And now short, 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 short. Line. Short, 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 short. Line. And I think you get the idea. Yeah. Since I ended with the little ones on that side, I'm going to squeeze in some little ones on this side. There. We've got all of our shapes filled in. Great. Now, here's the fun part. I'm going to take a narrow brush. Let's see. I think this one's even narrower. This is a Princeton, and it's a number 2. I'm going to get that gold paint. And I'm going to wet my brush. I'm going to get some of this gold paint, reactivating it. I'm going to put it right here where you can see. I'm going to get some more water. Get a little more. Okay. And now I'm going to attempt my best I can to just put a gold around each one. So here we go. One. You can do this. I don't want you to be afraid. I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I just want you to have some fun. And this is a little greeting card that you can certainly do. I'm turning because I really don't want to run my hand over it. I'm gonna have to move these paints up just a little bit. Oh, it doesn't want to. Move, everybody move. Okay. Little water, back into the gold. Freshen this up a little bit. And keep going, Julie. I think I'll start this way. I think this could be a card for a guy or a girl or a family. I'm making it into a thank you card. That's what I'm doing. And the thank you's going to the husband and wife. So, couldn't go wrong. You can make a thank you card whatever you want. If doing one of those dolls dancing across the card is easy for you, do it. That's fine. The idea is you did it. It's homemade and it's your art. And you put your heart into it. And everyone is going to love it. I really believe that. Sure. Don't you always appreciate when somebody makes something for you, even if it's a cookie? Of course. Show your gratitude. Yep. I think this is looking sparkly and pretty. Now I'm under more lights than most people would be standing in when I'm just adding a little more pigment. If they were standing holding this card. So it may be looking a little, I'm adding just a touch of water. A little more pigment, freshen this up. So it may be looking just a little more garish than if you were just holding it in your hand because of the lights. You know how when you go to a jewelry store, how all the gemstones and all the gold and silver just glimmer? Well, it's special lights. I'm not saying that diamonds don't glimmer. They do. But next time you're in a jewelry store, look at your own diamond ring while you're standing there. You'll see a difference. Freshening it up. Okay, one more. Now, even the metallics, the gold that's going to be left on that mixing area of my palette there, it'll be fine. Okay, well, we're going to let this dry, and then we're going to put a card together. Okay, all dry. Now, I like corner rounding. If you know me at all, you know I like to round corners. So I'm going to see, oh my goodness, this is very full. Hang on, sorry. Can I get it open quick? Oh, I'm leaving it. We're not going to be goofing with that. Hopefully it'll work. I think it will. Okay, I am putting this in, and you want it nested nice. And this is a big corner rounder. They are nested in good. And here. And that one left a little funny edge. We'll catch that. Okay, looking good. Get this out of my way. Grab some scissors. I've got some scissors right here. Just a little bit of the cottony part of the paper. Oh, I've got the same thing here. Just a little bit. There we go. All right. Now, I showed you this earlier. And I think these neutrals look nice on the gray, don't you? And I am going to take my card. I'm holding it together. And I'm going to use the largest one on here, but it is still small compared to what we just did. I think these little personal touches can make all the difference in the world, don't you? Now, gluing this on. Doesn't that look nice with those rounded corners? Yeah, kind of custom-y. Now, I'm going to start out with some glue stick. And the glue stick is going to help it to stick right now. And now I'm going to take my art glitter glue, and this is heavy paper because it's watercolor paper. I'm going to go close to the edge, but I would prefer to not have glue ooze out. It might, but I hope not. And all the way around, and then give it a few jiggles in here. Now, to place this as straight as I can, grab a paper towel that's not wet. If it's not perfectly straight, I don't care. I don't care. Okay, now I'm seeing where I could have maybe got just a little bit closer. I am going to right up to that edge. And this watercolor paper, it likes to absorb the glue. So don't be surprised if it takes a little bit more effort than you're accustomed. That just the nature of the beast. And I've got the same thing, not quite as bad, going on right there. I'm just squeezing in a little bit of glue. Because I would like it on there flat. You know, we don't want it to fall all apart when the people pull it out of the envelope. A little bit going on here. Very little. I'm going to leave it. I feel like I'll do more damage than good. Well, what do you think? I think it's something you can do. All right, I'm going to get that. This was the finer of the two. This is that Stetler. And I'm just going to give it a little signature right there. And here's my envelope. Won't that be nice? Should I see if it fits inside now that it's all done? And it does. It does. Okay. Well, let me know in the comments what you think. If you're going to make one, I want you to put it somewhere that I can see it. In the meantime, please, if you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Today's a great day to subscribe. I need subscribers. Right down here, there's going to be a video that's going to pop up just for you. I'll see you over there.